Behind me, right now, is the best base I've ever created. This 15-level stone structure can only be built by the strongest and most dedicated of groups. This variation is my most prized build ever. What I'm trying to say is, 20,000 subscribers. We did it, boys. So with the traditional stability bunker design being a thing of the past, we need to replace it with something that offers value. Now this is easier said than done, since this old configuration is the cheapest one possible. This bunker, when built using all high quality metal, would cost only 184 HQM with a daily upkeep of 19 HQM and 20 wood. So we have a work cut out for us. Just for clarity, this is the starting footprint. 7 foundations, 2 square, 5 triangles, 3 of which are raised. Now building this as low as possible is ideal for the base, and it doesn't get much bigger than this, so terrain really shouldn't be a problem. We'll start with a square and wall half of it. We'll extend out 1 in this direction and wall it 2. For the triangles, we'll raise 1 here, regular 1 here, raise this one, regular again, and the last one is raised. Not the hardest of sequences, but very important to build correctly. Now we can put a roof on and add a half wall on top of this raised triangle. Our TC will face this direction. Now usually with a TC you try to get it as snug as possible into a corner, but not here. If you do it that way, you will no longer be able to upgrade this foundation, which is very bad. Instead, you want to place it a bit further away from the back wall. The easiest way I found to line this up is to use the stone floor. There is an indent that you can line up with the front of the TC for a perfect placement. If done correctly, you will be able to still upgrade this. Now let's start to secure the bunker entrance. A half wall goes on each side like this with a 2 triangle ceiling. Next we'll add 2 wall frames here. A double door goes in each. Use whatever material you have available to you. I'll use sheet metal for the video. From up here we'll put a wall and secure the top of the elevator. A double door goes here for some roof access, and for now this can double as an entrance. Now good stability bunkers are almost impossible to path from starter to complete base while maintaining low cost, security, and expandability. So at this time the base is functional, but in its most vulnerable raid/going deep state. At this point you may choose to add more security, which is fine. For the video I want to develop the inside a bit more first. So to do that we can jump up here. This is where building it low at the start really helps. Now looking at this back square, we can jump down on the left and use this temporary twig buildup. We can actually use this twig to jump back up, which is pretty cool. Now we can go inside. I know there is no airlock, this will change soon. So in the main room, that twig buildup allows placement of this triangle, which grants us more room for loot storage. Okay, I know, it's burning you alive. If you really need to, you can add a wall frame here, make it stone, and place a double door. This technically gives you an airlock, but you now have to enter through these doors since up here is blocked. It should be said, if you do have a garage door, place it under all circumstances right now. If your base happens to be decaying at this point, remember to come out here and break the twig buildup. Now if we come through our new front entrance, we can begin to work on our main loot room area. I want to say that you can put a wall frame here with a garage door if you would like, but sectioning off inner bunkers, not really needed. Our first large box will go right back here. The second box, this way. Try to get it all the way back to the wall just so you can place this third one in nice and easy. On this shelf, we're going to need 2 large boxes and 1 small one. The first 2 will be the same as the bottom section, except at the end, we'll place a small box in the middle right here. Now for this next part, I'm actually going to use vending machines, which I haven't done on my channel yet. These are actually pretty OP. We're going to use 2 of them here, and I want you to rotate them both before you place the first one in this corner nice and tight. Now we can put up our level 1 workbench. This location would be for our level 3 at endgame, so don't place the level 2 here. Now we have enough room for 2 sleeping bags. The second one can fit really close to the first one if you turn it around and put the pillow sides opposite of each other. Our final piece is this small box. It should be noted that both the small and the large box behind it can prevent upgrading of the high foundation, same as the TC earlier. You may have to test this for yourself and move them accordingly. And that is our main loot room done. Next we'll work on the bunker entrance and of course, more security. To finish our bunker entrance, we'll put 2 half walls. The top one should be upgraded to whatever the bunker currently is. Right now, stone. The bottom one, you can get rid of. Back up a bit and we'll pretty much do the same exact thing here. Now we're left with this sorta weird space. This is what differs from the classic designs. To seal this, we'll still use a wood half wall facing the exit. We'll put a triangle here and upgrade that to the bunker's grade. And if we can come up here a little bit, the last triangle fits right in. Once upgraded, the bunker is sealed. To open it up from the inside, we still have this wood wall that we can soft side pick with the tool. When it's broken, both of the triangles will disappear and we have access to the outside again. To beefing this base up, we'll come outside this door here on the left. We'll add 2 square foundations and then we can wall it in around the edges. In this spot here, we'll put a half wall and top it with a triangle. Above it goes another half wall but facing the other way. We'll finish it with a roof. Going out the other door, we can place 2 triangle foundations. At the end, we'll lower a square one along with the triangle one next to it. If we come back up, we can place walls along this entire edge. When you get to this wall, make sure you put the hard side facing in. Now we can put a slanty roof here. From the top, we can add in a floor tile, which then allows us to add this wall and this door frame. When you add the door, make sure it swings in. From here we can place this triangle and then jump up here. We'll use half walls 1, 2, and 3. Darn it. If this one gives you trouble, just add a temporary twig floor and it will go in easy. The next thing we could do is finish the top with our ceiling. Right here we'll go our second single door, which when placed should swing outwards. Behind us, this triangle gives us space for some boxes for quick dropping from the entrance. The last piece on the inside goes under here. Now I do want to mention this, if we come to the outside and around this way, there is a soft side wall. Although it doesn't lead anywhere, it still irks me. To fix this, we can just add in this piece of honeycomb now. If you're really low on materials, you can of course skip this step for the time being. At this time, the base is really starting to take shape. Although it needs material upgrading, some more doors, and additional space, so far, so good. Ooh. So looking at the front door, we can come around the left hand side and place down 3 triangle foundations. We'll work our way back while placing triangles above each one. With the hard side facing out, we can finish off the 3 sections. Basically, we have just honeycombed our main loot room. Don't worry, we can easily upgrade all of the main walls from the inside. Next, we will make our way to the roof. We'll build walls surrounding the 2x1 that's under us. You could enclose the triangles if you want extra space. Here we'll put a half wall and finish off with the roof. Putting a triangle here gives us a jump up spot to access our new roof access point. I like to face the door this way, it seems to be the most logical place for it. At this point, there is no way for people to get on the roof, that is, unless they boost. So to armor our bunker, we first want to upgrade this foundation in front of the entrance. We'll jump down and upgrade the 2 raised foundations on the right and left sides. Upgrade this wall like this, and also the floor. We can reach the back 2 walls from this spot here. Upgrade this floor tile from the middle. This back wall is easy to reach, along with the 2 remaining ceiling tiles. This part we can upgrade to sheet metal since it already has extra honeycomb behind it. So now in the actual entrance, we first definitely want to upgrade the ceiling. But what do we do with these 2? The first one is what raiders will see, so we'll armor that one. The second one technically doesn't even need to be here, but you can upgrade it if you want. Now when we seal the bunker, it will be full cost of an armored wall to get in. That is from all directions as well. Next we can do all of our sheet metal upgrades. First I'll get rid of all the doors since we need to upgrade them anyway. First we'll upgrade this half wall and the other side of it, along with this ceiling. We'll jump down and upgrade the one above this armored foundation. Now if we jump up, we'll come around to the other side of that foundation and we can upgrade this half wall and the ceiling above it. Once those are finished, we can add in the sheet metal half wall to stop jackhammerating the HQM foundation. To secure ourselves from a top-down raid, we'll first have to upgrade this ceiling and then come around here to this floor tile. This floor tile is actually above an armored foundation. None of these upgrades are visible to the outside. This is an attempt to ward off raiders before they even get any ideas. With all of the wall frames now free, we can add a garage door here to the front. We also section off the HQM foundation from both sides with garage doors, which face in. This garage door I like to face in as well. You can orientate it the other way if you don't want to see the floor going through it. Now once we jump up here, upgrading this wall to sheet metal and rotating it may be a smart idea since it's close to the front entrance. In this hallway we'll put a wall frame and then fill it with 2 garage doors. One more wall frame and a garage door will give us some more secure roof access. You could add more doors if you like to section off your base a bit more, that's totally fine and up to you. Now let's go ahead and build one big loot room here. We need to first place 2 floor tiles like this to give us 2 sections. We'll do the top part first. Both of these sections will be identical in the end. The first large box goes right here in the back. You want to get it all the way to the back wall so that it's easy to move around in this crawl space. There will be a total of 5 per level, and trying to place them perfectly next to each other does not gain you an extra one at the end. Once all the large boxes are placed, I like to put a barbecue in the back here with a small box under it. It just makes a bit better use of all the space that we have. Doing the same thing on this side makes sense. You could fit more actually, but the more you put in, the less space you have to move around in. The bottom part of the loot room is an exact replica of what we just did, so I will fast forward time just so I don't waste yours. And there we have it. Our loot room is done. Now let's fill in the nooks and crannies. First, this one by the front door. I really like the idea of putting 2 large boxes right next to each other like this so that you could drop off stuff quickly from the front entrance. Next, if we open the door and drop down here, we can grab ourselves a large box and a small one. They will both fit underneath this ledge. You could also fit a shotgun trap under there as well. Next, we can grab ourselves 3 small furnaces because there is a pretty cool place that we could put them on the second floor. Now remember, you can always build furnaces earlier in the build and you can pretty much place them in any small area anywhere in the base. But in this corner, 3 of them fit nicely, and you could even window frame them in if you're into sectioning off your base to the max. Now the cool part. We're going to use 6 vending machines right here. This is the equivalent of 6 large boxes worth of storage space and takes up way less room. If you don't want to invest into these, I understand. I will show you an alternative right after this. Once you get to this third one, make sure you place the one on the opposite wall first or you won't be able to. Remember to rotate all of these before you place them to minimize the extrusion through the wall. What is extra awesome about using vending machines is that they are slim enough to allow horizontal box placement behind them while maintaining a smooth walking lane. So let's add some in then. The first large box faces this way. There is a lot of weird hitbox stuff going on here, but it should fit nicely and it doesn't actually have to be perfect. We'll put the second box on the other side and as close to the vending machines as possible. There will be plenty of room to add in the third box to the middle. Walking through here like this should be easy now. So, the alternative to vending machines would be this, 6 large boxes oriented in a way which still allows for smooth pathing for the player. And that is pretty much the base. This will cost 20 rockets from each direction to get into the bunker. To explore all the loot rooms on both floors, they will have to raid through additional doors. Now I know there is loot rooms behind stone walls here, which is considered weak in a way. My base designs are built around the principle of expandability, all the way through, including the direction the roof access faces right now. This version of the base is the cheapest way to accomplish what some players will use as their final base, but others will use as their sheet metal core. If you are hearing this message, then you are most likely from the latter. So, adding one additional layer of stone honeycomb around the sheet metal core is very cheap in this design. You can also go up one more level and end it with an enclosed roof. It may be a wise choice to armor a couple of the extra foundations in the door path, along with some of the walls. If you're feeling really dedicated to the wipe, you can modify the slanted roof entrance and instead use that square for a roof bunker. Happy building!